The Paxman Orbis scalp cooler takes approximately 30 minutes to cool to its operating temperature. It is recommended that the equipment is switched on at the beginning of the working day. Before switching on the power, please ensure the coolant level is full and the power lead is fully inserted into the system and the main socket. Switch on the system by pressing on the green power switch. The touchscreen controller will then run through various checks until the Paxman homepage appears. The system status symbol will read "Not ready" until the system has reached its operating temperature. The system status symbol will turn green and show "Start pump" when the operating temperature is reached. The patient can now commence treatment. Please always ensure the patient is cannulated prior to the commencement of the scalp cooling. Before fitting the cap, prepare the patient's hair by dampening very slightly and applying a small amount of conditioner over the hair. Ensure any exposed skin is protected by a headband or gauze. Prior to the procedure, discuss the fitting of the cap with the patient and ensure there are no gaps between the scalp and the inner cap. Fit the fully assembled warm cap on the patient following the cap size selection procedure. It is always important to ensure a snug-fitting cap which follows the hairline of the patient. Connect the cooling cap to the coolant lines by the quick-release couplings. Switch on the pump at the back of the system by the green pump switch. The liquid will circulate around the cap and inflate the soft silicone cap, providing a tight fit to the patient's head. Again, speak with the patient to confirm a good fit. The Paxman homepage will now display an Action Required box, asking if you wish to continue scalp cooling with patient 2. Please select No. At this time, it would be advised to commence with the patient's pre-medication. The status symbol on patient 1 will now show OK. Warning: the status symbol may change to red, not ready. Please disregard this. Please note this is temporary. It will revert back to the Action Required box. Please follow the instructions as previous. The patient will be pre-cooled for 30 minutes. Set the pre-cooling timer. From the menu, press Cooling Times. Choose 30 minutes. Press Patient 1 button. This will then take you back to the home page where you will see a green timer box. Press the green timer box and the countdown will begin. If the patient has thick hair, please add an additional 15 minutes on the pre-cooling time. After 30 minutes of pre-cooling, the audible alarm will sound and the grey timer box will go red. To silence the alarm, press the red box. At this stage, chemotherapy infusion can begin following your hospital protocol. The timer is not required during infusion cooling. Once the last alopecia-causing chemotherapy drug is infused, it is now time to begin the post-cooling. Following the post-cooling protocol, select the Cooling Time menu and choose the cooling time from the list. Choose Patient 1 or 2 button and again press the green timer box to commence the countdown time. During post-cooling, limited nursing supervision is required. If the patient would like a comfort break, the process is very simple. The cap should remain on the patient's head, then disconnect the quick-release couplings. The Paxman homepage will show a message asking if the patient would like to continue scalp cooling or not. Please press Yes. It is recommended that the patient is absent a maximum of 10 minutes. If the patient does not return within 10 minutes, the system will alarm and show a warning to notify the nursing staff. Once the patient has returned to the cooler, simply reconnect the couplings. The cooler will automatically start again. After the post-cooling audible alarm sounds, the patient is ready to finish their treatment. Disconnect the couplings. Again, the Paxman homepage will show a message asking if the patient would like to continue scalp cooling or not. Please press No. Release all strapping on the patient's cap. Leave the patient to acclimatise for a couple of minutes and then slowly remove the cap in a rocking motion. If no other patient is using the system at this time, the pump may be switched off. However, if another patient is using the system, please ensure the pump remains on. We would recommend the patient dries off hair with a towel and rests for 5 minutes until they warm up. Should you need any further help or assistance, please contact Paxman or your local Paxman distributor at www.paxman-coolers.com or email info@paxman-coolers.com. Paxman, the leading global expert in scalp cooling.